bet you there was some old people in the Sonic drive-thru just scared. Yeah. What is up, and welcome back to another video. So if you can't tell by the title and the thumbnail of this video, we're going to be working on something a little bit different today. Not even going to be a Ford product. So today we're actually going to be working on my buddy's GTO. He's got a 2006 GTO with the 6.0 liter LS2 in it. Show you the car right here. If the timeline kind of seems weird, I filmed a little bit yesterday on my phone and finishing it up today. So this is kind of the intro of it. But yeah, got a super nice little GTO here. Got a, like I said, the 6.0 liter LS2 and throwing some long tubes on it and stuff today. Got the MSD, what is that, the Air Force? Yeah, MSD Air Force intake. Got some bolt-on stuff to it. It's pretty much a full bolt-on car. But he does plan on actually taking and changing and going with a Pro Charger system. He's actually already got one, but that's gonna be later on down the road. This is like the intro where I didn't do one yesterday, so I sort of filming a little bit. Let's see, what else can I say? Other than how gay it is.
Faster than Mustang.
Nah, definitely not faster than Mustang. Yeah, also the car is cammed. It does have a mild cam in it, but the car runs really good. It makes, what, 440 wheel, you said?
Yes.
Yeah, like 440 something wheel, which is really good just for the cam and intake, and supposedly there's no head work done at all. It's just stock heads.
Yeah, I bought the car this way, and
Do you want to talk on camera?
starting to work on it. Starting
Yeah.
to buy parts and piece it together.
He might be a little bit camera shy, but
Yeah.
he'll get used to it. But no, it's definitely a nice car. So we're gonna try to finish up. We actually got the headers on last night, if you couldn't tell from that little clip. But we're gonna take and try to finish up the exhaust part of it today, and do maybe, I think, the shifter, and if we get time we might fool with something else. But yeah, let's get into it. All right, guys, so we got the bottom exhaust off here. So what we did, we started out actually by taking the coil packs and stuff off up there. We'll show you that in a second, but we ended up, just because really this mid pipe should hook up to the long tubes and the other mid pipe that comes with the Texas Speed headers. So what we're gonna do now, after we got this off, we're gonna go up to the top, and hopefully these shorties will come out up through the top. I think they will. If not, like I say, we got to end up dropping the rack anyway because of the long tubes. It just makes it easier getting them in there. So we'll show you that when we get to that point, but let's see if we can't get these headers out the top. All right, guys, if the camera looks a little different, audio sounds crappy, I'm on my phone, but it is a newer phone, so it should be pretty good. But we got all the stuff loose. We took the coil packs and stuff off of this just to make it easier. And also, whenever we're going in with the new headers and stuff, we just didn't want to hit a coil pack or something and accidentally break it.
Still gotta take that off.
We still got to take the dipstick out on this side to get around the headers. I don't know if you can tell, but that goes through the headers there. Yes, you can see that pretty good. But yeah, you got to get the dipstick out. It should be pretty self-explanatory. Just one bolt. I'm pretty sure these are just one bolt. Yeah, just one bolt right there, and then it should just slide right out. We also took the plugs out just in case we hit a plug. We didn't want to knock the porcelain off or nothing, so took those out just to kind of, you know, a little safer. It actually looks like it has a crack in it. Nope, just grease. But yeah, guys, we're gonna get these headers out, and we'll pick you up here in a second. Come on, Ryan. Are you camera shy? I'm gonna watch you take and break some bolts loose and show your mechanic skills. No mechanic skills. It's a 12, by the way.
It's a 15.
Oh, well, the dipstick is, but the header bolts are 12.
Oh yeah, I'm taking a dipstick
I'm just
out.
letting you know. I'm surprised you can break that bolt loose, you little wimp. Got little girly arms.
You broke it loose for me.
I probably did. I looked at it. All right, so we got the rack and pinion, and actually got the manifold, the old manifolds anyways, the old shorty headers off, and got the heads cleaned up, so they should be good to go whenever we put the new headers in there. But all we did on this one, we actually, since his has, I don't know if all GTOs have these, but
No, those are aftermarket.
okay, yeah, he said these are aftermarket, so it's actually good, so you can kind of lay this rack and pinion underneath the K-frame right here. So hopefully that'll let us get the headers in there without having to take this all the way down, and that'll save a lot of time. I mean, it's not that hard to get this rack and pinion off. It's literally, you take this bolt out here, this bolt loose here, and then the bolt out of the steering rod, or the steering shaft, and that's it. And also we did take and the steering, before we took the steering shaft off, I have a steering lock tool that actually holds the steering wheel straight. That way, whenever you take it off and put it back on, the steering wheel still should be good, and the alignment shouldn't be changed at all. And also, that is one tech tip to do whenever you're taking a rack and pinion down. Always take and center the steering wheel up before you take it apart, and take and lock the steering wheel straight. That way, you can get the alignment as close as possible. Whenever you do some of them, they will have to be realigned, because some of them have a really fine spline and you can get it off, you know, a tooth or so. But luckily, this one just has like a square style, so it only goes pretty much one way, and it should be directly back straight whenever we put it all back together. Just a little tech tip for you guys to help you out whenever you're doing something like this. All right, guys, so I'm gonna do a little voiceover right here, and what we're gonna be doing is taking off these two plates that are sort of like, I guess, braces for the subframe. And what this does is just free up a lot of space to get the headers on and in the hole. It definitely helps out a ton. You probably could get up the headers in there with them on the car, but we just thought it would be so much easier taking them out, and it definitely helped out a lot. As you can tell right here, the headers actually just slide right up in there. And as you can tell, guys, it just frees up a lot of room. That header slides right up in there now instead of having to fight with it. Just gives you a ton of room taking those little plates off, so I highly recommend doing that. Of course, before putting the new headers on, be sure to clean both head surfaces and get all the old gasket material off, get it nice and clean. That way, whenever you put the new gaskets on, you don't pick up a leak. I also recommend having a buddy help you to where you can get the bolt started a little easier. It's nothing that has to be done, like you can do it by yourself, but it's a little bit easier with a buddy. And of course, after you get all the bolts started and everything lined up nice and good, you take and torque the head bolts. We torque these down to 18 foot-pounds, which is I think a little bit over stock, but we did put ARP head or exhaust manifold bolts in it, so they are a little bit stronger than the stock bolt. And it's also not a torque to yield bolt, so we just did them at 18 foot-pounds, and it should be good to go. All right, so we got the long tubes all bolted up and everything, and they actually look really good on here. But what we're gonna do is actually take and put a little bit of PB Blaster on a rag and wipe down these headers, because they're not coated or anything. We're gonna do that, rub them down before we start it. That way, whenever we start it, it helps keep them from rusting, and also keeps them from turning weird colors. Usually they turn like a bronzish, goldish brown, sort of shiny matte color. So they should look pretty good. Headers definitely look good. They actually fit good too, but we gotta take and definitely work around that gearbox down there, putting it back on that rack and pinion. But yeah, everything's looking good. Hopefully this thing sounds like an animal when it's done. It already sounded good though. All right, guys, so unfortunately we did not get to not unhook the power steering lines, because couldn't quite get it by the header whenever we were trying to stick it back up in there, and didn't want to put too much pressure on those lines. So unfortunately had to unhook these two hoses, but that's really not a big deal. They're pretty easy to get to, since they are steel braid hose and pretty flexible. But yeah, guys, we're gonna get that stuff unhooked and try to get this up in here. I'll probably have to put the camera down for a second so I can help them out. I don't have a stand for my phone. But yeah, we'll pick you guys up as soon as we try to get this hung back up in there. All right, so we have ran into a little bit of an issue getting this mid pipe on. This side right here fits fine, but this one here, the exhaust has been messed with before, so it doesn't actually line up. So I guess what we're gonna probably have to do is just cut this off and bolt it up to this and get everything to where it needs to be, and then take and re-weld it back together. It shouldn't be too big of a deal. Just mainly gotta get it done, gotta get it so we can hear how this thing sounds. I'm ready to hear how it sounds. But luckily up here we got a welder, and I went to school for welding, so should be able to get it done, even though our welder is really crappy.
Get a picture of this.
I can actually screenshot that off of my video. Alright guys, so we finally got everything up back together, got all the O2 sensors in, and got the flange welded back on. And I'm not a professional welder, but I mean, it looks alright. It's not a pretty weld, but had to grind it down a little bit, and because it was kind of boogered up. But like I say, our welder is junk here. It's really terrible. But we got it to where it's gonna be sealed off with the headers on. We actually did put oil on the headers, so that, I think in the earlier part of this video, so it doesn't take and rust them, and it'll not turn them a nice brownish, golden brownish color. But we're gonna take and let the car down, and I guess do a first startup and see what it sounds like. Are you excited, sir?
Let's go.
new header where we put the oil on it. That's the reason why it's smoking. Thing sounds good, it's got some chop. Nah. It's loud. Go for a ride in the old goat. I will warn you guys, it's really slow, unbearably slow. Nah, this car actually runs pretty good. We're gonna go see how it sounds, see how the new MGW shifter acts. I guarantee you it's every bit as loud as that new Mustang.
That is loud.
I don't know if the camera does it justice, but that is loud. The only thing I was thinking right there is the people sitting outside Exonic probably got scared to death just now. I bet you there was some old people in the Sonic drive-thru just scared to death. That is so much louder than what it was.
Insane.
Yeah. It sounds good though. It's a good loud, but it's loud.
Show the camera what will get waxed.
Mustang.
Waxed.
That was actually a nice Cobra.
Oh, yeah.
That was an original Cobra right there. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Scat Pack. Scat Pack. We got that one. All day. No, that was a girl. All right guys, so that's gonna do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed the little installation of something new. You know, definitely not Ford, but it's definitely a cool car. I love all cars anyway. But yeah, Ryan, he's got him a nice piece right here. And that thing, I don't know if the camera does it justice, but that thing is insanely loud now. But yeah guys, that's gonna do it for this video. I appreciate Ryan letting me shoot this little video with him and doing some install stuff on his car. Definitely some upgrades there. But that's gonna do it guys, and until next time, I really appreciate you watching. We'll see you later.